As with any small community, you trace it back far enough and you're going to have skeletons in the closet. And in our case, it happens to be the Balnaves family. Over the years, we've always acknowledged to a small degree the connection between the two families, but we do go back a long way to get back to the William Nielsen days.
We've always had that friendship with the Redmans as well. We've always known that we're part of the same family, haven't we?
Whenever we catch up, we've always had a few drinks and laughed about how we're related, so that planted the seed and then it's grown from there.
You've got to know where you've come from to know where you're going, and so this is where history is so important.
Right, we've got a similar ancestor. He was born 200 years ago. Let's make a wine. He was my great-great-great-grandfather.
Well, William Nielsen had a reputation throughout the southeast for having this remarkable garden. The site where he established his garden on Petticoat Lane is identical with the best soil running through this narrow Coonawarra strip of terra rossa soil.
And the family legend is that when Riddoch decided he was going to establish a Penola fruit colony, that he went to William Nielsen and said, look, you've got a fantastic garden here, tell us where you think it should go. And Nielsen identified the fact that his garden was on terra rossa soil, and he realised that there was a strip of terra rossa soil running about 15 k's north of Penola, so that was where Riddoch decided to set up his fruit colony.
And I guess it's from that Coonawarra has evolved with the growth of the grapes and the wine industry, which to a big degree does go back to that advice from William Nielsen.
Just says what the French have known for hundreds of years, terroir is a very important factor.
We've got some 85-year-old Shiraz vines, and Balnaves got some older Cabernet vines, so they were the sort of vineyards that we identified in the very early stages to make the wines from. Certainly we wanted to make a claret style wine. We thought that a 2/3 Shiraz, 1/3 Cabernet would be somewhere to start because that was a fairly traditional Coonawarra blend. Didn't end up at that percentage, but we went through a range of different options, and we ended up with 55% Shiraz and 45% Cabernet.
It's got a very nice black fruit, licorice, aromatic to it, and it's slightly plump. There's a little bit of mint in there too, a little bit of French oak, and then of course it's got a lovely, completely balanced palate with a long finish. It's different and it reminds us of those old clarets that Coonawarra is famous for.
William Nielsen wine is a real acknowledgement of the man who started the whole region. There's a little bit of William Nielsen in all the family. There's a little bit of William Nielsen in me.
There's a little bit of William Nielsen in me.
And there's a little bit of William Nielsen in me.